So Nate, let's get into where you from.
Okay.
You know, where you grew up at. What part of town? You know, what the area and everything. Let's talk about it.
All right. So, shit, I don't know how you had. So, I grew up on a neighborhood called Newtown. They called it Newtown because in the mid '70s, that was the newest neighborhood in DC. So, parents moved there. My mother's side of the family from Eastern Shore, Maryland. My father's side of the family is like third, fourth generation
What part of
Adams
Newtown at?
Morgan. Uh, what's that?
What part of Newtown is? What part? Where is Newtown at?
Newtown is like between Providence Hospital and Brookline.
Section.
Yeah, the section,
He just want you to
northeast.
say
Oh,
that.
northeast.
He
Oh,
just want you to
oh, you
say
want to
no.
say
The
that good old,
section.
that
Northeast
good
niggas
old
kill
northeast.
me.
The
That
section.
good
Northeast
old
niggas
northeast.
kill me. That
That
northeast shit.
that northeast.
Oh,
Good
that's
old
northeast shit
northeast.
is.
Nah, but my
Nah,
second
shout out
home is
northeast.
northwest. So you know what I mean. So my father's side of the family from Adams Morgan. I'm like third,
Oh,
fourth
okay.
generation DC.
I'm
So
from around there.
yeah.
I'm from around there.
17th
17.
Ontario and
I'm
all
from
that.
17.
Back when it was black.
Yeah, it was back. Yeah, when that shit was
Yeah.
hood. When the niggas had
Yeah.
shootouts on the hill.
Yeah. So
Oh,
born
shit.
and raised there.
Wasn't
Went
gonna
to
say that.
Brookline. So Brookline is like my other neighborhood. Shit, I spent more time in Brookline than I did in Newtown, and I used to have to fucking fight every damn day because I was from Newtown and not from Brookline until they accepted me. So yeah.
Um, like how was it growing up? You know what I'm saying? Because back then, you know, it was we grew up in the era where shit got it's unchy right now.
Yeah.
But we grew up in the wicked era, man.
Mhm.
Like how was it growing up for you though, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like
I fucking hated the '80s. The '80s was struggle. These niggas that be pretending like, oh man, take me back to the '80s. Fuck that. My parents, me, all of us was struggling in the '80s. You know, the fucking DC was the murder capital of the world. I remember when I was in Brookline Middle School and we was about to start venturing out to junior high and high school. Motherfucking, yeah, I can cuss.
Yeah,
So
man.
niggas,
District Alum
niggas
Show,
was dying. Niggas was. It seemed like niggas was getting shot up and dying in high schools every day. You know what I mean?
facts.
I grew up in the part of in DC where you was like scared to go to high school or something. You know what I mean? Because you didn't know you was gonna make it. That type of like late '80s, early '90s. You know what I mean? So.
So,
Yeah.
you would say you went to Brooklyn High School. You went to Brooklyn.
Middle
What junior high and high school you went
So
to?
I went.
And did you play sports?
So I went to Brookline Middle School. Back then, DC had middle schools, elementaries, and
Junior
junior highs and all that shit.
shit.
You know what I mean? Brookline went from kindergarten to 8th grade. I was
Wow.
in one building for 9 years.
Wow.
And then I went straight to so I was trying to select high schools. So I was like, back then, like I was saying, like it felt like shit was going down at every fucking high school or whatever. So my parents, my mother was like, yo, you know, let's try to pick a decent high school for you to go to. And, I was close to going to Wilson. Something happened there. I was close to going to I wasn't gonna go to no fucking Banneker. Banneker wants you to do too much to get in
Yeah,
that
take
bitch.
all that test and shit.
And McKinley Tech was my neighborhood school, even though it was further away or whatever. But I chose Roosevelt, you know what I mean? So,
Okay.
and Roosevelt was like East Side High a little bit there. So
So what year you graduated from Rose?
96.
Oh, so Derek Clark and them,
I
Doug
played
and
ball
all
with
them.
all
That's
them.
my niggas. Yeah, DC, that's my guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
DC, my guy.
Darren
That's
from Hobart.
Yeah.
And
Shout out DC, man.
yeah.
Hobart.
Doug
And all them niggas.